so far, everyone's pretty pleased with her. I'm hearing that the Aegis is a bit better of a heroic in most cases, as the channel and everything else on res is a bit silly. But I'm extremely excited today because the preview video showed that you can build up your own heal by doing auto attacks, your own auto attacks, not only your friends' auto attacks. And that's really exciting for me as someone who loves auto attacking. I'm excited to see what we can do here. So let's talk about the trait first. I guess it'll be a little hard to try out in try mode. But Bestow Hope, short cooldown. Passive, 40% of the damage you deal to heroes and 8% of the damage you deal to non-heroes is stored as energy, so no mana bar at all. Bestow an allied hero with hope. While they remain near you, damage they deal causes you to gain energy. You can only have one Bestow Hope ally at a time. You can store up to 525 energy. And from the little bit of research I've done, actually it looks like there's an extra point down in the 526 energy. Ooh, that extra point's really going to make the matter. They need to fix that, Blizzard. It'll be interesting to see how that scales up, how points turn into heals. I'm not really sure at what the scaling is going to be on those. But we mark allies. Damage they deal, which is interesting. It's not stuck on auto attacks. It's not stuck on spell damage. It's just any old damage. And I'm curious to know if we can augment that to certain types of damage as we make our way through the tree, or if we'll always be aiming for other heroes. I mean, just looking at this on a surface level with such a short cooldown, I might even want to, like, throw it on my Jaina for a second, let her get out the Blizzard, and then switch it over to the Illidan once we've gotten going. But we'll see what happens, and how things look in the real life. Sacred... Wow, that's big. Sacred Sweep. 8-second cooldown, so no mana bar. So we can just kind of spam things Illidan style, huh? Sweep an area with Sacred Power. Dealing damage. Not a ton of damage, but an additional 166 damage to enemies caught in the center. That's a pretty big little... big cone there. Yeah, look at that. It's even got its own little graphic out there in front. Interesting. Well, let's see what that feels like in lane clear-wise. Here at level 1. Little level 1 minions going. Definitely in this most recent patch, they fixed the body blocking issues, but you can really push around these minions when they're not locked onto something. Okay. So my auto attack range is actually, wow, is actually pretty good. And I'm gonna have to get in a little closer to perform a good sweeping strike. Not bad though. Particularly if we can reduce the cooldown by hitting heroes or something like that as we get deeper into the talent tree. That's pretty decent. Oh, and I'm already full energy. Okay. Ray of Heaven. Cooldown 4 seconds. Consume your stored energy and heal allied heroes in an area for the amount of energy consumed. So would it be 520, well, 26 point heal? Whatever's going on with that extra? Let's see. That wouldn't make much sense as we scale up into the late game. So it was just a little area around me. Decent range on it, but it is an area shot. So I have to aim it on multiple people. So already my brain's starting to ponder. Do I take Auriel in a team where I'm noticing that people are going to be stacking up? Not only my friends, or maybe the enemy team as well, so I can get sweeping strikes out for maximum energy. And then I would want a bunch of melee on my team together so my heals hit more reliably on multiple people. Just gonna store up maximum here and see what it gets to. Cool, I'm at maximum. And I heal myself for 525. Interesting. Detainment Strike. Cooldown 14 seconds. Big cooldown on that. Deal damage to the enemy hero hit, knocking them back. If they collide with terrain, they are also stunned for 1.25 seconds and take an additional 104 damage. That ain't bad. Interesting. Well, certainly you gotta develop that Diablo eye, right? Which we already have. We play plenty of Diablo around here. That has a big push. And a nice bit of stun. Long cooldown on it, but let's see how Arthas feels if we were to try to knock him out of lane. So it is the first enemy hero hit. So I don't have to worry about lane minions. If I go here, can I knock him into the wall? Nope, not quite. So let's try it now if we get ourselves a little closer. Of course, he's now in range there. That's pretty good. I'm a fan of that. I've already got the skill set for it. So I look forward to whipping that out, literally. Well, let's get to spec'ing. Level 1, Swift Sweep. Increase the cast speed of Sacred Sweep by 50%. It seems okay, right? I mean, that's not abysmal. In fact, that's not much faster than a Leoric swing. But we've made assumptions, right? We did Bye-Bye. We just completely skipped it when we did Chrome. We didn't even touch the darn thing. So let's make sure we actually try this one out and see what it feels like. So just really fast. Maybe against like Tracer or something, but we shouldn't need damage unless we're building up some sort of heal. Well, that'll be interesting in the future. Increasing clarity. Uh-oh, quest talent. Every time Sacred Sweep hits a hero in its center, increase the center damage by 3 up to 60. After hitting 20 heroes, the center damage bonus is doubled. Oh. Cool. And this does points based on 40% of the damage I deal to heroes. So if I up my hero damage, I'm upping my healing potential. Righteous Assault. Reduce the cooldown of Sacred Sweep by 2 seconds for each enemy hero hit. Up to a total of 4 seconds. Oh, so if I only hit 2 heroes, I'm only getting 2 seconds off, but at the same time, that feels like it's my bread and butter for making heals happen, making it rain. So Righteous Assault sounds pretty good. Searing Light. Ray of Heaven also deals damage to enemies in the area equal to 30% of the energy consumed. I'm still completely confused how this energy is going to scale up over the course of the game. I don't want to be dropping 525-point heals at level 20. That seems kind of bad, right? But could be neat. I mean, if we're doing Illidan flipping all over people, that doesn't seem bad. But just on a base level for putting out more heals, I think Righteous Assault is where I want to put my points in the middle.
Choose a talent.
So we got Righteous Assault, Majestic Span. Increase the radius of Sacred Sweep by 20%. Oh, okay. Well, I can still only hit a maximum of 2 heroes to reduce my cooldown, so I should be good without that. Heavenly Burden. When an enemy hero is stunned by Detainment Strike, their movement speed is slowed by 35% for 3 seconds after the stun. Well, that's a good thing that they added nice quality of life. We're not losing any power on the stun. But really, I mean, just make a body block and you'll slow more than 35% anyway, right? If you get the stun off anyway. I don't really cotton to those kind of talents. Repeated Offense. It's a quest at level 4. Every time Detainment Strike stuns an enemy hero, increase the stun damage by 10 up to 100. After stunning 10 heroes, increase the damage by an additional 100. So I guess 200 total. That would be quite a bit of damage. Huh. And since you do build up your heal through damage, I mean, none of these are really a bad idea, are they? I guess for simplicity's sake, I would lean towards Majestic Span for now. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, then we don't even have to move in on the lane, maybe, to get a big ol' thing out. But I could totally see the merits of something like Repeated Offense. But at the same time, talents like this often encourage you to play wrong. You're always stunning guys maybe when you shouldn't. And we're gonna have to get an angle, right? It's not like if we're fighting in this sort of direction that it's always safe for me to go loop around the bottom and try to whip someone into a wall. So I think Majestic Span might just be lighter. Plus, sitting here at 2,165 health, I don't know what that'll feel like once we're out on the battlefield. Plus, who knows if Ray of Heaven will even hit me? How do I regenerate my own health? I'd have to sort of stack with people. And if we're thinking that maybe she goes best with groups, that group in the first place, it would be a clogged melee that you may not want to get into. So we'll see what happens. But I think we'll stick our points there for now. Level 7.
Choose a talent.
Righteous Assault.
Choose a talent.
Majestic Span. Bursting Light. Reduce the cooldown of Ray of Heaven by 2 seconds. What? So what? 2... I don't know if I'll have enough energy that quick. Glimmer of Hope. Collecting Regeneration Globe reduces the cost of your next Ray of Heaven by 35%. 35%, huh? Well, we gotta try this one out. Is that to say that I don't use all my points after I get a globe? So I can lay like, whoa, it's a big old thing. And then we come down here and we'll put out some damage and we'll whip Arthas around a little bit. And that cooldown's already ready. Alright. I am at maximum. So my next thing should not consume all my energy? It doesn't. Okay, so I'm left with 35% of my energy after the heal. Well, too bad those Bursting Light and Glimmer of Hope is not stackable, huh? Energize Cord. Increase the energy stored from Auriel's basic attacks. Ooh, to 100% of the damage against heroes and 30% of the damage against non-heroes. Does not affect your Bestow Hope to an ally. Increase the energy stored from Auriel's basic attacks. So my basic attacks. Well, that's my jam. That sounds pretty good. Empathetic Link. Auriel stores 25% of the damage taken by allies with Bestow Hope. Auriel stores 25% of the damage taken by allies. Oh, Bestow Hope. I see. So 25% of the damage they take turns into energy. That sounds like it would go pretty fast in some scenarios. Like if you have Diablo tanking against burst damage and planning to die maybe, and you're doing like a resurrection build, possibly, right? We're just theorying here. That sounds pretty legit. But for me, I want to start with Energizing Cord. So we got our Righteous Assault, Majestic Span. This is kind of cool though. But let's try just for me. I want my basic attacks, right? But we're starting to think, man, if the tank is taking that much damage and the tank goes down, and the tank is our highest priority resurrection hero because we res on a percent based of health, wouldn't we get the most value by creating, and then we use our heal on non-tanks and we let the tank die and then we res him? I don't know. There's still a lot of questions about the res that I don't know, and we still haven't felt it out in an actual scenario. So resurrection, 90-second cooldown. Channel in the spirit of a dead ally for 3 seconds, bringing them back to life with 50% of their maximum health at the location where they died. So not the location their body flew to, but just where they died. I don't know if we'll actually be able to get Malfurion to die, but let's see what happens. Oh, wow. That's like Divine Palm levels tiny. And have to channel for 3 seconds, huh? I don't know if that's happening too often. Now, my theory when, looking at this talent was already that what was going to happen was we were going to res someone out of combat, like Greymane did something dumb. Therefore, we res him. When the combat is over, he tried some sort of sweet gank, but died. And instead of, at the 20-minute mark, him being dead for a full minute and a half, we res him and then are able to re-engage despite his bad choice. What would be a better scenario? Someone, like Asmodean pushes too far, ends up getting destroyed. The rest of the enemies, now having dealt with this push, leave, and we're able to res Asmodean. That seems like a better use of it. I'm not really sure who you would put in a solo suicide scenario like that. Plus, they'd probably have to be ranged to even die in a place that would even be available. Kind of like, the old raids. The rogue would die, they're under the boss, you can't get in there to actually res them, so they have to walk their ghost. Whereas the hunter, who was at maximum range for the whole fight, is closer to the exit, we're able to res him, maybe. I'm not really sure. We don't really have... I mean, Tyrael, right? The synergy with Tyrael's interesting because he explodes, he's a bomb. He maybe even gives a shield to his allies. He does damage to the enemies. And then you res him up. Him having maybe broken the combat with everyone running when he became a bomb. Or everyone now has shields. The chaos moves forward so much that Kerrigan, that Illidan dive and engage. And then we res the Tyrael in the background, who then re-engages with the front line who engaged without him. So I don't think we're actually getting in like the Cursed Hollow situation where one person goes down, Auriel stops everything she's doing, and then reses that one person mid-combat. And with that tiny, tiny range, it's just too dangerous. I don't think Malfurion's going to kick the bucket here with us watching. So Resurrection will just have to be something saved for an actual trial game. Crystal Aegis, as we learned to say it earlier. Place an allied hero in stasis for 2 seconds. Upon expiration, Crystal Aegis deals 400 damage to all nearby enemies. Allied hero.
Choose a talent.
Can that be me? I doubt it.
The light surges.
It can be me. Oh, that's kind of neat then.
Have courage.
Non-heroes. Okay, yeah. So if I for some reason wanted to do something foolish like this and went in here and then healed myself. Yeah. Granted, the cooldown is resetting all my energy, so I'm not getting a good look at what sort of healing that would put out. Let's say I had nothing at all, and I put myself in there and I pop out. Oh, that's a very small amount of energy. Still more energy you'd have than resurrecting. I think this skill has a bit more merit in most comps. Kind of like the Divine Palm, right? You're just going to break combat, cause chaos. If the enemy's doing good targeting too, then you've really messed them up for that 2 seconds. Granted, the enemy, your allied hero is in stasis, but it works on yourself. I'm very surprised at that. Poor Rhaegar, right? Very surprised they let you cast this on yourself. Interesting. But so far, I think we're making a pretty decent little spec. Let's jump up to 13.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Still dumb. I think we'll probably go Empathetic Link, because the cooldown on this is so short. Gosh, you could really bounce this around, and it has great range. Put it on the Jaina for the engage. Blizzard comes down, switch it over to the tank as he makes the deep dive, and takes all the enemy burst damage. And then, once the burst damage is off of him, switch it over to the Illidan for the sustained damage, right? I mean, that's some exciting thoughts. And Empathetic Link could really make that happen. Energizing Chord, I may be so concerned with my positioning and getting off detainment strikes, I might miss out on a lot of basic attacks. So, I think with our understanding of who's gonna do what when on the team, I'm really aiming towards that. And then Resurrect, we'll have to try out. Blinding Flash. Enemies hit by the center of the area of Sacred Sweep are blind. Wow, real blind? Wow. Okay, damage negation, huh? In the center. And we increase the radius, which means we're going to blind more people, huh? A blind at 13. Converging Force. Enemies hit by the outer area are pushed slightly towards the center. What? Of what? Outer area. Oh, you're talking because the picture matches. You're talking about Sacred Sweep. Slightly towards the center. But they're hit by the outer. So you don't get the bonus damage nor the reset if you hit them on the side anyway. But still, worth trying out. Let's see what happens. And a push, huh? That would give you an interrupt for channeled abilities, right? Yeah, slight push. Interesting. But I still just want to hit people in the middle. So I'm really, unless I'm interrupting something, I'm really not causing anything. So I'm thinking, you know, Ravenous Spirit. I go over to Nazebo. I don't think I'm the one to do that job, but slightly adjusting him would break that. Same with Asmodan if he's got a laser locked on and he didn't take his All Shall Burn or March of Sin talent. So, situational for sure. Piercing Lash. Detainment Strike now pierces and hits all enemies in a line. Ooh. talk about some in-tune synergy, if possible. Repelling Strike, enemies hit by Detainment Strike are knocked back 35% farther, thereby increasing the chances that you land a sweet stun against a wall. But tough to have to wait all the way to 13 to change your knockback distance once you've already gotten a little used to it. Interesting. Well, this is a nice situational level, isn't it? Now, from the get-go, I think I'd still take Lily if I wanted blinds. Would there be a situation where we would get to level 13 and decide, oh, they took X, I now want blinds instead of something else? Because wouldn't you just take Lily and Johanna instead, if that's what you were thinking in the draft? I guess it gives Auriel some nice options if she's early picked, right? Kind of like Li Ming. We can make those choices as we see the comp develop. Maybe Auriel doesn't have to be plugged into a certain comp as much due to this really situational level. I like all these choices. They all have their merits. But if we're just doing one for kicks, we've already increased the range, so we're already going to be at range to hit things like Vala and Rainer.
Indeed.
So let's go with the blind for now. That's definitely the one I'm most excited about. I already got that eye developed for blinding.
Choose a talent.
Level 16. Righteous, Majestic, Empathetic, Aegis, and the blind for now. No, a quest at 16, you're mad, Blizzard. Stop this madness. Reservoir of Hope. Maximum energy, Ray of Heaven cast, increase the maximum amount of energy that can be stored by 75. Wait, what? My energy's been going up. Okay, so we've answered our question from earlier. I was a little unclear on that particular thing. But it looks like, kind of like mana, I guess. My overall energy has gone up. Energy Ray of Heaven cast increases the maximum amount of energy that can be stored. Ah, so this changes a lot. So I need to put out more damage. Well, no, I put out more damage as I level anyway. But talents that increase my damage will make it easier in the late game. I won't max out as quickly. I don't want to hang out at max for long, otherwise I'm losing stuff. Particularly with my mark on someone else. It's just going to happen. So this may be a trap. We might not ever want to go to maximum because then we're losing value on whatever that energy that stores up in the background is. Interesting thoughts. Will of Heaven. Allies with Bestow Health gain 20% attack speed. Well, won't Illidan like that quite a bit? Wrath of Heaven. 10% ability power. Ah, neat. Huh. Well, either way they get power, which means it's increasing their damage, which means I'm getting more points. So I'm more likely to hit maximum, but yeah, it's a bit of a puzzle. Thanks, Blizzard. I love the old bigger gas tank, less gas cost, whatever kind of equation. Regeneration versus mana pool, right? Well, this will just be based on my team. Or we're kicking so much butt that I want bigger heals. I don't know. We're pretty situational, huh? 13 and 16. Well then. We'll just pick this for now because it's generally good, but we're definitely gonna have to see. All right, let's get to the cool guys. Let's see what level 20 has for us.
Choose a talent.
But I'm liking, as things have developed, I'm really liking my Righteous Assault, my Majestic Span. I think Empathetic Link, since I'm gonna be very active, supposedly, in switching those around. Crystal, until we learn otherwise. Blinding Flash, Res of whatever, and. Alright, so Light Speed. Increase the healing of Resurrect by 100%. The allies' maximum health. And they also gain 200% movement speed that decays over 4... Ah, decays! I hate decays. Cool. So, yeah, this works great into what we were talking about earlier with the Tyrael. Tyrael explodes. The rest of the team goes forward. Continues the engage. Auriel stays back. Reses the Tyrael, who now has the movement speed to rejoin the fight out in front. I think this is absolutely for tanks, right? Or a melee of some kind. Your squishies probably will get res. Now, they're at 100% health, which helps a lot, but I assume my squishies would probably have something else to do if they died, and then 3 seconds later I get them back up. More than that, actually, because there'll be a little bit of a delay time between when they die and when I'm actually able to get such a small area effect over on top them. Diamond Resolve. When the Aegis expires, it grants a shield that reduces damage taken by 50% for 4 seconds. Wow, okay. Nice. Will they target the guy? I don't know. Will it have a visual effect? Let's find out. Will they know that this person has resistance is really my question. Oh, yes. Yes, they will. A little bit. A little bit. 50% reduction feels pretty good, though. Angelic Flight. 45-second cooldown. Activate to fly to a chosen location. Ooh, okay. That's pretty cool. What does it mean? Apparently, they don't let me just skip ahead and try out what I want. Target location, huh? Completely rangeless? It appears so. How's my activation time? Oh, well, that's just beautiful, isn't it? Let's see if damage affects it. Oh, just has a channel time. Wow, okay. Jeez, that's a tough one to pass on. Shield of Hope. 45-second cooldown. Activate to grant all nearby allied heroes a shield for 3 seconds equal to 50% of their maximum health that they're missing. What? Equal to 50% of the maximum health that they are missing. Huh. That's a cool way to make Storm Shield unique. Gosh, why would you take that? Because Storm Shield is an encouragement button. You get to say, hey, here's a keep. I want to take the keep. I know we're all scared, but here's some bonus health for you to go in with. Why in a solo queue environment would someone with below 50% health, not that you need below 50% health, I'm just saying you would want enough health missing that you got a decent shield. Why would they stay in range to re-engage? And would they feel it actually as encouraging if this happened?
Have courage.
Well, we need to know what it looks like so we can see if it'll actually encourage my players to stay and fight. Otherwise, if they don't know it happened, then we're really not getting much done.
Indeed.
So let's see what it looks like. Okay, it's pretty big. And the shield. That's not huge, but could be good. Man, that's a tough choice, isn't it? There's not really a single one of these, other than maybe Lightspeed, because we just don't know how the resurrection's gonna work. There's not a single one of these that I don't really dig. Angelic Flight's just so cool, isn't it? Right, mess them up, dummy. Now, we're not able to take a camp or anything like that, right? Oh, yes, because that only works on heroes, so that's not even gonna happen at all. Does she look good when she dies? Let's find out.
Rise again and take your revenge, hero.
Just kind of explodes and falls over dead. Good. I'm very pleased with the new Tracer Echoes. I think that's a fantastic change. Spatial Echoes has been a problem for a long time, so I'm happy to see the change come. Kael'thas, I'm really confused about, because isn't every burst mage an area effect mage? I get punishing people who get together, but doesn't Blizzard do that anyway? Not Blizzard the company, Blizzard the spell from Jaina, right? That punishes multiple people standing in one area, but it does make them run out of it. Maybe they're thinking Jaina has better zone control, whereas Kael'thas punishes people who pile up in an immediate sense, where Jaina still does that, but it's not as it doesn't require a reaction. I don't know. Either way, you run out of living bombs, you run away from Blizzard, so I feel like they're kind of doing the same thing, but I get the philosophy, and I respect that they're trying to give him less of a single target role. That's good in my book, but still kind of a weird choice, since it's what mages are going to do anyway, right? But it does give Chromie, and maybe even Li Ming, a little bit more personality, so that's interesting. But here we are. Alright, so let's look at the enemy team. We got a Zool, a Diablo, and a Greymane. Cool. So we're going to get pretty darn good value out of Sacred Sweep. There's a good chance that we'll hit most people when we do it. And there's a good chance we'll probably hit 2 heroes since there's multiple melee on the enemy team. So let's try it out. She looks pretty good on the bike. I'm a fan of this. This looks pretty nice. I mean, the tech doesn't really work for her. I wish we could change the flames to blue just so it looks great, but let's get that righteous assault underway that we were thinking from the get-go. They do have a superior esports the middle comp, so we want to be careful here. Plus, we divided up our guys. I guess I would want to go ahead and put this on Thrall, since he has the poke, and as we get into melee, we might switch over to our Tannis. Either way, I think the plan is to open up with Falstad. Open up with Falstad, then maybe move over to Nazebo, then finish out with Thrall. So this is going to be a tiny heal. Yeah, 34. 36. Let's go. This is the bottom. Yeah, me and Braska have the same idea here. Let's see what Nazebo's sort of passive poisony kind of damage feels like when we bestow him. Oh, there we go. It does work. That's a full-on stun. Boy, that heal's kind of small, isn't it? I mean, granted, we don't have any mana, and we're building charges and stuff like that. Oh, I just healed aggressively. Interesting. Definitely a heal you can miss with. That's for sure. And I can see why you would want the increased speed. But I think it really is kind of one of our bread and butter spells here. Oh look, I've got a little image showing who I'm healing. That's kind of neat. Boy, since you don't run out of mana, you really can kind of pump that. It's gonna be hard to keep track. Alright, we're level 4 now. I think we'll stick with the radius, yeah. So there's certainly some merit to try other things, but let's not try to get too fancy. Those detainment strikes are gonna take some practice. Let's stay fancy-free. So now it's 2 minutes, 40 seconds, so I guess I would want to save up. Save up a heal for the objective, ideally. I guess I had to use it. But we're right next door. So as we roll in here, I guess we'll once again put it on... Well, Nazebo's still probably our best answer. Stuff hurts. Now there goes our Tannis, so he starts rolling through. Oh, he got switched. Okay, we still got the bomb. Alright, now we need to bestow onto... Let's do Gray Fire there. Living bombs on him. I'm not a bomb. I'm used to my angels being bombs. I think they can finish out, though. Galdas comes back in for a little bit. We got mercenaries in the top, which is good for us. Braska's still wailing away, and actually without... Yeah. Without someone with really direct damage, they're going to have a hard time. Can I? I guess I could. Oh, cool. It doesn't break my mount to put the hope on somebody. So that means once I get in range of Falstad, it'll already be going. Whoops, misclick. Let's get in range. There we go. We got a Great Fire. All bestowed up. Let's do that empathetic so I can switch it over to our Tannis as he needs it. This is really exciting. I'm actually mad jazzed for this. These choices I'm getting to make as to who gets the bestow. I seem to be doing fine on energy, and I'm so focused on doing other things that I really don't know if I'll be managing my auto attacks very well at all as the game goes on. So, Energized Core is really exciting to me, but Empathetic Link just seems easy, right? And there's other great options here too, that we may discover down the road are actually better. So far, we might go with that Reservoir at 16 if we keep getting maxed out really early. Pretty close by. Let's see if we can get us topped off just a little bit. Alright, so we're going to make it engage, so we want to put it on Thrall, who has the poke. Actually, then I want to switch over to Zebo here. Interesting moment there. There is a Kramer coming from behind. Switch into Zebo real fast. Oh, they got that one. Oh, nice sweep by them. So I am just swimming in energy. I need to cast a lot more frequently, huh? I didn't think it would flow so easily, in all honesty. But it seems like I'm swimming in hope. Oh, right. Well, I mean, I think I know how Aegis is gonna work out, so let's just do, let's try Resurrect. It's got a decent range, but yeah, and I don't want to heal anyone now, so I think we might end up at Reservoir at 16. Then the Zebo under attack in the top. What is that? Oh, that's a res. Oh, I see. I see. Huh? And I've got all that time to res. Okay, neat. Side thing. That's okay. Taking a while, but it's okay. So I still get this. Ah, that's a great system, huh? Interesting. Let's get some hope on Alebeard then. Oh, well. That's Diablo for you. I guess I wouldn't ever want to be solo lane. Still 30 seconds until another res. You should be up in time. And I guess that is going to push out. Probably do have decent lane clear, but...
Reason be heard.
But I always get more energy if I got my target around. Boy, my regeneration is tiny. Your health really doesn't move once you've taken some damage. It's a bit of a long walk for me, but so will it be for Diablo as well. So let's lead with Grey Fire for now. Okay, there's his main spell out, so we'd want to change targets yet again. Blinding would be pretty good, but actually, you know what? It's not. Oh, missed. Oh no. I'm not sure what I want. Oh, I'm not really able to res anybody, am I? Yeah, they're all a little too deep, so we just gotta bail. Everyone bail!
Harmony in all things.
You better head to a healing fountain and hurry.
Stick around long enough to just top off. Great fire, I guess. We'll hearth back myself. Since the bow wouldn't carry me to full anyway. Now, what do I want here? Blinds. Blinds for Greymane wouldn't be an awful idea, but Greymane's a lot of spell damage too. Let's see. Nothing really to interrupt. No, not really. Nothing channeled. Hits all enemies in a line. Well, we're missing a lot, and then we knock them back further. I guess we'll do blind.
Walk in the light.
And I'll head down and join Artanis a little bit. The next one could be anywhere, top or bottom.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
Oh, it's right next door. Oh no, Thrall. 34 seconds, huh? I probably can't actually afford to go resin now. That would take so much time. Well, you know. Oh my goodness, that's slow. Can we do it from the comfort of a bush? No, that range is too short. Couldn't even sneak a res. Oh, just a bad Thrall death timing. If he was down for longer, I think we could have absolutely, you know, made. Well, you know, and then we get the flight at 20. Is that what it's for? Is to fly over, get that res for someone who gets picked off before an objective, and then get in over there? Maybe.
Your fort has been destroyed.
Down 3 levels at the moment. What's going on in the levels? Well, lots of build. Oh yeah, we're just static behind. From 3 levels down. That hurts a lot. Oh, nice whip.
Let the curse end.
Definitely pretty low health. I mean, there's really nothing I can do to of my own survivability at the moment. Yeah, that's it. I mean, these are all really cute ideas. We could do something here, though. Bursting light isn't a bad idea. That knowing your location, everyone else's location, keeping an eye out for stacking characters to increase the value of that's a lot to pay attention to. Let's see. At this point, I don't feel like we're winning through damage, so let's try that reservoir. See what we can do with maximum. Some maximum raise. Easy mode. Kind of like our Tracer. Doesn't feel like a talent we should be taking in the long run. They're gonna double boss us. I think we'll have more than enough damage to defend it. And it won't be a curse against us, so that'll be good. Switch it over to a damaged character. Love how often you can switch that around. So they're in the top right now doing the other boss. There it is. We can even let this next one go to get experience. Looks like they will push with it, though.
All things.
We gotta be pretty careful. Let's lead with the fall stat damage. Cool, that should be done. Now we can go over to the Zebo. I guess with that space laser on Artanis, give me a bunch of points. Hardest part is walking myself in range. I can't res multiple people, can I? One go, that'd be awesome. You gotta get right up on it, don't you? But you know that channel time does go fast. For what it's worth. I don't actually have anyone bestowed. Catapult! Alright, that only works on heroes. Coming. Fall. We're leaving Falstad. It's okay. We don't need that one. It's not important. That's my range, but the actual cast range is much smaller. Okay, so I can't get it on Artanis from that angle. Either way, we got Nazebo. We can defend this for a good long time, unless Diablo grabs someone. Looks like he might be starting to camp there. Be interesting to see how the lane clear feels on the Sacred Sweep once we're ahead in level. From behind, of course, everything's going to be a bit of a struggle.
The choice.
Alright, we got everybody. Everyone's up. So let's do it. I'm sure they will be awaiting us in bushes and whatnot. Actually, nope. We can just let this one go. There, huh? Pretty long one. I guess in this losing scenario, let's do Shield of Hope. Actually, that has synergy with Artanis, doesn't it? Oh, the flame strikes! No, the living bombs! Well, Nazebo's still up. Actually, if we're gonna have one person up, it should be Nazebo, since he's able to defend. That will be a curse for us, though. But you know, what do they got? They got a Kael'thas on a Diablo. Well, that's pretty scary. I think they might be able to finish it out, but Nazebo will put up some good trouble for it. Yeah, look at those toads. They completely walk around.
My curse upon you.
Around the zombie wall now. Coming up still 24 seconds. Don't neglect that mid. You're doing great though. You're awesome, Ailbeard. No, the things. The things, you can do it. Yo, yeah, you got it, you're good. 10 seconds.
Lost the key.
Oh wow, that was the mod text. Alright, Grey Fire cleans up. Oh. Catapults in the top. We're holding on. I guess I shouldn't heal unless I have maximum stacks, but these are getting a bit silly. So what, they probably going on our boss again? I mean, I don't think we can get down there fast enough. Maybe, though. I mean, Diablo had to walk all that way. Cool. At least that caused them to bail. Oh my goodness, though. Oh, and I'm probably not bestowing anybody, am I? Do you think maybe? Yeah, the range is so darn short. I was thinking maybe we'd be able to squeeze through the hole there and do something creative. The range is just so short on that resurrection. And now I'm getting stuck. Having to defend catapults. GG, everybody. Okay, so Resurrect was interesting. I think we'd want the fly for Resurrect probably so we could actually expose ourselves enough. Though interesting synergy with the Hope Shield at 20 and Artanis, since he's always at half health anyway. Yeah. Interesting game. I don't know if we would have been able to get more done with the Aegis anyway. But could be interesting. Let's see what our enemy, Auriel, went with for their talent spec. More damage. Radius, sure. Okay, we both did the empathetic. They just went with the crystal. We both went with blinding flash as well. Will of Heaven attack speed, that makes sense with the auto attacker Greymane on the enemy team. And then a Shield of Hope for them as well. An interesting game. What was our stats in the end? Yeah, wow, not a bad amount of damage actually. Quite a bit more, but that's understandable. Neutrinov was able to move a little more freely than myself throughout the game. It's sad to see Falstad so far down, but I know with a Greymane diving him, that's a bit rough. So Thrall, Nazeebo, even Artanis being, wow, lots of deaths. Huh. 10 deaths on Diablo, but Diablo dies and looked like Diablo was doing a good old-fashioned Devil's Due, Apocalypse, everything like that. So it looks like my dudes just died a little too much. But my healing output was lower as well. 3 more deaths, though. So that's to be expected. Right, I agree, Drink and Run. I would like to believe that Res will have a place in some sort of... It just feels so late game. I mean, it's just not worth the risk for me to go so deep in for the potential of getting one person back who in the early game will be up in 20 seconds anyway. You know, that's where I'm really struggling with the Reds. In the late game, yes. I fully can imagine those situations where we will have somebody die and I can get them up so we can do a proper engage next time, right? Greymane's out of position, he dies very swiftly. But why would his body not be guarded, right? If Greymane makes a mistake, goes in 1v3, dies, and the enemy knows you have res, why wouldn't a couple people stick around that area and make sure the res never happens? And if they kill him, and then they all charge the base, you won't really be able to get out there to Greymane, res him. Even though you have a minute earlier, he's still at half health. And the way the heal works, you can't top him up fast, or you're spending your whole heal that you saved up over time to save him, right?
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Right, and what backliner is that? That's the problem, is if you res a backliner, if we imagine these ideal res situations, they still have problems because I get zoned out because I have very little health and I can't help my... these heals don't flow easy. They're very complicated.
The battle begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's what do we actually up against? Lunara, Auriel, Thrall, Leoric, and Li Ming. Well, you know, we seemed to do pretty well with the quest last time. I'm kind of interested in keeping that going. Let's start out with Jaina here.
It must be.
Jaina is left, so we'll switch over to
Harmony in all things.
one of the tanks, I guess, in this case. Yes, it is one of those problems developing, because I've got to get in pretty deep. Ooh, ouch. The heals are flowing a bit better. A more reliable damage source. And I do enjoy how responsive they are. That is most certainly a plus. Nice little stack. Alright, so I can stick around here, maybe build up a little bit of a heal for myself.
Salvation is at hand.
Put the hat on Tyrael.
You have my endless gratitude.
Ooh, those heals are tiny sometimes. We'll just keep things simple with a little bit of Majestic's band, but now we're back in that problem. We have no energy, so no way to top ourselves off. Let's put the hat on Soph, but and hope that, you know, that sweet blizzard will power us up.
The Raven Lord demands it. You have done.
Switch over to
Yes, slave. Raven Lord.
no, it was good for questing, but oh my.
There is always
Alright, was Zool out of range? Did we get the bottom one? Nah. That'll be 2 for them, but not a big deal. Again, we're falling behind on XP, so but we have Zool now, so let's see what happens in the long run.
there is always hope.
Sounds good. The heals shall flow on to you then, Tyrael. I do like it as a zoning tool as well.
Wherever I need it.
I'm getting better at aiming that for sure. With double tank, let's do that. That's just too easy, right? Everything else requires a bit more concentration. than I want to give it at this stage of things. I have a nice little detainment strike. Oh, nope. Time to go down to the bottom. Boy, that thing's thin. Maximum quest. Oh, poison damage material kills him. Way too far off. Okay, let's get a hat.
You've lost this one, Raven Lord. It will not be your last.
Your fate will soon be complete. You suffer.
Oh, everything hurts, doesn't it? So if we're imagining ideals, I guess you really want to take her. Not would it be against burst damage? I guess so, because the heal cooldown is so high otherwise. Better in a coordinated environment where you can get everyone to group up like monks. Well, we've got all our bases covered. They're going to be 10 here, but not a big deal.
A retreat is in order.
Game's going to get back. Let's go visit Necromancer here.
Thank you, healer.
Let's get a hat on him. Well, that was a good heal. Size-wise, anyway.
What use? Raiders are rising.
Close one, but that was our first pretty, what seemed like a smart engage anyway.
Lay claim to the altars. Do not disappoint me.
Back in hat range.
You are no longer with Raven Lord.
Is that all? The altar is ours. Fire upon the grave.
There's the bomb. Oh, I guess the poison damage wait till after. Ooh, do we have what it takes? Guess I should probably switch over to Arthas for a little bit.
A well-timed heal from
It's a bit easier to manage the heals when you don't have to take care of people. Oh, I probably should have died there. That didn't seem right. Whatever wiggle happened there didn't seem correct. Hold on, this guy, 60 seconds. Oh wow, okay, I need to be on top of that. Oh, there we go. We got him one. All right, we'll just keep things simple. A little bit of blind. Okay. Oh, we lost. We'll take a quick break. Where's Skeleton? Yeah, Li Ming on the enemy team. Do we get him back? Holler when you're back, Skeleton. Right, I think that's maybe what we'll need to do is do it very monk style, right? Where we're like, hug, hug, everybody hug. Okay, boom, back out, hug, hug, boom, right? With monk, you at least have the divine palm, and it's always easiest to palm yourself, so you can take care of yourself that way. The Aegis does not heal. It just puts you in there and then explodes. And as we just saw, the poison damage continues until it's over. So it's not like we're saving them from... We're not removing status effects off them when they pop out. Cool, Skeleton's back.
Be swift.
All right, let's get a hat on Soph. Oh, it missed. So we move the hat over to probably Arthas. Probably Arthas. More damage. Oh, that was a cute move. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting, right? Because what did that look like? That looked awesome. Everyone looked incredible. Heals looked incredible. They flowed like water. But that's because everyone was incredible and did damage. So it's gonna be one of those characters where you just don't really know what went wrong in most cases. In this case, we might know what went wrong just because. Because this is a little too ham. But now we're able to go ham, which means my guys are getting me damage, which means they're getting me heals, so it's gotta be like one of the largest catch-22s you've ever had in this game. Oh man, this Auriel really sucks. Maybe, right? Everyone sucks if Auriel sucks, in a sense. Kind of like Abathur. Abathur can only do so much, but it's very active. This is support land. It's pretty passive. Oh, what hit him? That did a lot of damage. I guess I did have a crystal ready, didn't I? That cooldown was a little short. It's gonna take some while to get used to that.
Take the altars.
Oh, we'll do reservoir in this particular game. Alright, I gotta back out. Yeah, we wouldn't really have anything for anyone else. Wouldn't even have a heal. Well, I guess I could have built up a heal if I helped Samurai there.
You will fall, Raven Lord. This is the way of the Nexus.
With surety and promise.
Alright, hats back on. close game so far. Boss returned, but only Skeleton King down. Kind of balling up weird here. That's a little delay, isn't it? It's hard to tell if that damage was worth it. I guess in this case, we're looking at defense, so we want to move it over to Jaina. Certainly my sacred sweep fully empowered. Quest complete and all. That's pretty awesome. Now, here's an organized moment that should be interesting to see. Keep the hat on, so.
The altars have risen. Activate them.
So with a pin that deep, I guess, yeah, that'd be the time to do that. Right? I mean, that's just chaos. It doesn't really feel like you're doing anything different from when you're losing. You have heals now. You actually have some. Ooh, I got one for you. Sorry, Zool. I'm totally babying the Jaina a bit much. Ineffectual little wiggle there. All right, let's get topped off. It'll probably be a fort for the middle, but you know, we can spare it. Lots more healing. Oh my goodness, look at that. Just goes through the roof when you have enough damage, apparently. But we're actually not the higher damage team. Interesting stuff. Might just be the sweep. That's all completed and yeah, could that be it? Is it just the stack that's so crazy? I feel like we're making good use of the blind, but we still don't really know the situational requirements that would make me do other things yet.
There's a rising here. Do get ready.
The flame of all my ashes upon you.
Yep, I think we're just gonna have to leave that. And that's really expensive. Like on Morales, that doesn't matter too much, but that damage right there, that cost me my setup. It's insanely expensive. Have people take damage before you're ready. That'll be really, really punishing for teams that make bad choices.
Your powers will be brave, like old Diablos. You have done well, heroes. Let the Gravekeeper know my power.
Grants a shield. That reduces damage taken. That's not important. They already untarget him. Do they retarget? In a real life scenario, I don't know if Diamond resolved. We actually haven't gotten a 10-20 in a game before yet, so we actually need. Well, no, there's one. There's one. We did Shield of Hope with Artanis earlier. let's try Angelic Flight though. Still in range, still good. Alright, we're at maximum, so we can get some stacks for that sort of thing. Ooh. You know, the flight isn't quite as good since I don't have a mana bar. Kind of an interesting side thought. But there's very little merit for me exiting and then topping off. I'm gonna have to increase the size of my mouse. I lose this thing to lay out my circles. Clicking one person's easy, but targeting that over multiple people, kind of hard.
Be swift.
Fly, 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 fly. It doesn't work. It looks. Oh no, no, Li Ming's gonna poke it out. The game continues for a little bit. Oh, it looks like she got a reset. Yeah, they're gonna have to back out. Oh no, Jaina! Well, oh, the root doesn't land. It looks like Zool will be. Oh, the sustain on Thrall keeps him going. And it looks like Arthas has to run for it. All right, game continues. Game on. We're still putting out. It's just raw. It's weird. So what's going wrong for Auriel on the enemy team that's keeping her numbers low? It's probably the 6 deaths. 6 additional deaths, I guess you'd say. Yeah, it's all just deaths. What a weird character, huh? Alright, this goes on for a little longer. I'll have Angelic Flight when we're up. Have I hit maximum reserves? Does this max out? Maximum energy raise. I don't think I'm looking. No, it just keeps going. Wow. Well, we're making some big heals then. Probably be a shrine before. This is kind of scary. Cool. That's all right. Looks like they're going top. Actually, why don't I fly? Alright, let's get someone hatted. Let's start with that Jaina and we'll switch off if we are skilled enough. Really nice for yourself. Looks like Zool's got it down in the bottom. All right, so like what? I didn't feel like I changed anything. We didn't change anything. We just played the exact... I mean, granted, this is what, our fourth, fifth game today, so clearly this, you know, you're gonna get adapted to it, but nothing really felt different there. I mean, we had a Jane, but we had Li Ming's earlier. And even then, Lunara and Li Ming put out way more damage than Jaina, so... Yes, yes, absolutely. Seven Samurai had some excellent sanctifications. Really, really good sanctifications. That is 100% true. We also went with the Aegis Crystal, and that went well. From ahead. Because the damage was high enough that it made people disperse. Or run away, or it actually saved a life. Whereas in a losing scenario, you're just gonna get dogged and people all stand around. Right, the difference was we had two angels high-fiving the whole time in roleplay. Like, was that it? I'm pretty sure we tried with Ethereal earlier and it didn't quite work out. The synergy with Tyrael shields? Maybe that was it, right? Maybe her damage is high enough that the synergy with Tyrael's there because Tyrael has so much utility but sacrifices damage. And Auriel makes up for that damage but then look at Skynox's damage in this game. You know, still 40,000, which is a lot. I mean, way more than a Morales is going to put out. But so much lower than mine. 7 deaths on him. I didn't think Sky was playing poorly, right? So maybe it's just that wicked of a snowball character. Kind of like Monk. You just don't... Maybe... I don't know. Let's take a look at Sky's... Let's take a look at Sky's thing here. So he went with Searing Light for probably Thrall. Burden, Epithet... I think we both did... Empathetic, but actually in that game I very rarely put it on my tank. It was almost always on the Jaina. Either way, this stack, the increasing clarity and the majestic span was primo. That was actually really good. I very much enjoyed that. And I don't feel like I cast it often enough to... I cast it when I see good things in the middle. So, I don't know if at my current stage of play, I'm ready for the reduced cooldown when I hit heroes. But this was incredible. And Majestic Span just makes me hit more and complete the quest earlier and stuff. And then Blinding Flash wasn't very warranted. We didn't really aim for it, but, you know, who knows what sort of things that we actually accomplished. Reservoir of Hope in that team, though, got me a lot of extra energy, which helped cause the snowball, too. And then we played with Angelic Flight. I don't know if I'll pick it up in the future. It's just level 20 is a long time to wait for a mobility and then suddenly switch into using that mobility. I mean, same with Dahaka, right? It's all great that you can burrow anywhere you want now, but it's such an extreme change in your play style that actually pulling it off is kind of difficult. Yeah, we certainly had some great moments. The Poison Nova, the Cinder Ghost, the Sanctification, Ring of Frost. All of our ultimates were extremely powerful and stacked very well. So was that it? I mean, it's just some crazy synergies we happened to stumble upon randomly? Yeah, and Jaina's... But Jaina, I mean, I think Soph did a great job, but those blizzards weren't hitting everyone in the world, right? It wasn't just like... bleh. Like, you know, it wasn't hitting 5 people and, like, all of a sudden I had heals ready. In fact, a lot of the blizzards missed, so... And, I mean, look at the difference in damage between the Jaina down at 7, and then, I mean, Lunara is just poke. It doesn't seal the deal. Same with Li Ming. I mean, maybe, but still, Thrall and everyone else, you would think that, I don't know. It's tough. Oh, so maybe that was, maybe Soph, yeah, so Soph didn't put a single talent into Blizzard. Maybe she hit all of her Frostbolts, and that's where I actually got all the points. It's an interesting game. I think they're gonna get dove, but let's see what happens. I'm open to fresh ideas with my giant cursor. Pick this dude's little nose here. One right there, and scratch his eye. We can go pick. Now let's see how you handle it, Echoes. Tyrael is 4,000 gold. Pick him up. He's awesome. I love Tyrael right now. Tyrael, in fact, is very quickly becoming my most winniest Hero League guy. And that's solo queue, too, which is interesting. As long as you have as long as you notice reasons to bring him, right? Enough people that sanctification will work. Enough people that holy ground will lock them out and people will be there to respond to it. You need a quick, divey, responsive team for solo tank Tyrael. And for the same reason, that's why I have Blizzard off a quick cast when I do play Jaina. It's tough to get good at Holy Ground, Ninja Turtle fan, just because you don't get it till 16, right? What you could do if you want to get good at Holy Ground is play a lot of Nazebo. The zombie wall is about the same size, and it'll give you an idea of where to place it.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
That's true. Samurai did take good care of me last game. You know, I'm kind of starting to fall into a rhythm here. Would we change anything to affect these guys? Not really. Let's do that increasing clarity. Not sure why we become clearer as we hit people, but whatever. Who will do more damage, the Jaina or the Kael'thas? Well, I guess we'll see what's in the middle of our lane. Pardon my giant cursor while we figure things out. It does seem to be helping quite a bit, actually. But this is only the beginning. We're still figuring things out. Who's that? Jaina's on the way top. Cool. Works for me. Alright, looks like Diablo's roaming about. Damaging until later in the game when Diablo gets his talents together. Yeah, you know, on second thought, I don't think I'll ever be taking that auto attack one. Oh, I made a friend. Actually, I should have just turned around and whipped him there. Go with Diablo for a little bit on our mark. And I don't see why we wouldn't do Majestic Span on this map. There's a Sonya trying to get out in an interesting direction down here. The Coops fall with my giant mouse. It does help. It's actually extremely helpful.
think heals.
Yet. Abathur seems to be doing a good job soaking for us, too. Well, with this, I think we can keep things easy.
Verily so.
Yeah, let's just do that empathetic. Just so easy. Can't go wrong.
It must be. Wherever I'm needed.
Guess I could go down to the bottom for a bit. I think I just ruined Diablo's cool angle. We got stuff going on in the middle. Let's see. Real nice that you don't get dismounted when you put that up. And I don't know. So. I mean, would this be? Oh, whoa. I'm a coming. So would this be the comp? Like, is this the dive comp that destroys my Kael'thas Jaina before I can do something about it, and therefore this is the res comp, or do we just shield the Diablo? Like, I'm not even sure what goes with what. I don't think we shield Diablo to take him out of the fight. Oh, wait, counter. But the counter dives. Let's try Resurrection. I still want to make it work at some point. Do I bring you back with ban if you die? Or, you know, you'd probably res as Diablo faster. Right, because if I'm going against a dive comp, then I would just turn off the dive by going with the crystal. And plus Diablo should res, right? I mean, what was Diablo? What Diablo and Devils do? All we do is, no, let's just crystal. I never have the patience for that darn thing. Makes me play all wrong. Get too nervous that I should be adding someone else. Oh, couldn't do it fast enough. Oh, snap. Looks like they're rezzing up. Let's go and get ourselves back. This might actually... We have plenty of things to blind, so we'll just do blinding. We need to hit a lot more heroes. Well, not a ton, but a couple. Nice. Diablo's getting crunching on that down there. So fast on those attainment strikes.
The shrine gathers power. Prepare to activate it.
I guess I can start getting out of position now. 3 levels up. I can definitely get out of position for a detainment strike. Okay. Yeah, well, that went well. Mostly Diablo at the moment. Let's hug. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. One does not simply top off Diablo. Orbs help though.
Well done. You have summoned an arcane punisher from the depths.
Ability power. Oops, wrong button. Gonna be okay. Anyway, ability power on Sky. Oh my goodness. Well, the mystery continues.
My thanks to you.
I don't. You would think we would have a problem because they could get by our front line of Diablo? The mouse the mouse helped. The mouse helped a lot. That made it so much easier to actually aim. Did I never finish my quests? It's not gonna tell me. I might have been close. But yeah. Nice job, Diablo. Oh, hey, whoa, yeah. 0, no deaths, no nothing for Diablo. Weird. I don't even know where to begin to... Yeah, good thing we didn't go res, right? There wouldn't have been much to res, I guess.